The Dubai trio have nearly crossed the Atlantic, so the inspiring trio behind the Arabian Ocean rowing team continue their heroic journey across the Atlantic, battling waves that are up to 40 feet high, whilst running on empty, both mentally and digestively, I guess. Like it's been super hard for them. So it's James, Rayleigh, Tamagini and Toby Gregory, who Toby has been on the show before and told us about the trials and tribulations of going through this process. They take it to their Instagram to share the 5,000-kilometer journey in a shoe-sized box. Shoebox sized.
Shoebox size, yeah. That makes more sense.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Both.
Shoebox. Whatever. But the caption for the endeavors read, the whole adventure has been an interesting one to process, not just because we're totally disconnected from everything, but also because we had to get used to living in something the size of a shoebox. Now we move around in an area roughly 4 meters by 170 centimeters, and when there's rough weather outside, all you hear is the sound of waves smashing against the boat. We have now been on the boat for well over 3 days, and as we get closer and closer to Antigua, and the fatigue and aches are really starting to set in. So it's just so fascinating, like the kind of challenge they've taken up.
Fascinating beyond like any comprehensible mean, you know, like
yeah.
When Toby came, you asked really good questions like how do you deal with this situation, what do you do when you want to do this, but like the thought of it being a 24-hour constant rowing process. They spent Christmas together in a shoebox, you know?
Yeah.
The food is scarce, like obviously the view is amazing. If you see the photos besides us, like the sunset looks gorgeous, the idea of it seems gorgeous, but this all for a good cause and to keep our oceans clean. And
yeah, day and night out there in the ocean, like it is a scary place out there.
Exactly. And 40 feet waves,
yeah,
40 feet waves, it's a lot. And the ocean's the unknown, like we know more about space than the ocean.
Yeah.
And to think that like you're going across the Atlantic all for a good cause, all to send a message saying, hey, just keep it clean. Pick up after yourselves in the beaches. Like, let's minimize how much we're consuming in terms of plastic. Like, it makes you think, like, they don't have to do this, yet they're doing it. Yeah. They're doing it for us. So... And
the things people do to set an example are just incredible, especially this. It's like you talk and talk and talk about it. You make people aware, you tell people to stop littering, you tell people to stop polluting. But in this case, they're literally going out and leading by example. They're like taking the first step and they're like, see what we are doing, the initiative, you know, like we're not just talking, we're walking the walk. And it's just up to us now, you know, to take lead from there and to follow their footsteps and not, of course, set out on such an incredible challenge and like something like this, like, you know, drastic. But like, of course, like, do your part by keeping the beaches clean, by keeping your environment clean, no matter 100%. Where you are in the world. Because it's like the marine life gets affected, the ecosystem gets affected, so it's just...
It's a domino effect.
It's a domino effect, very like, well said,
It's gonna impact the trees, which will impact the fish, which will impact... We did a story recently about how everything impacts everything, you know?
Yeah.
We're all one at the end of the day.
And it comes back, right? Like these what do you say, fish, like the marine ecosystem, they get affected by consuming plastic and all this garbage.
Yeah.
And then humans, like those who have fish, they like it's full circle, and then it comes back to literally like our bodies and affect us, and like people get all kinds of diseases like cancerous and all those things. So it's just like a full circle.
Yeah.
So by protecting the environment, you're literally protecting yourself. As selfish as you want to take it, like it is what it is. It is
what it is. I think for a lot of people, it's an out of sight, out of mind situation. So as long as they're not seeing the effects and the impact of what they're doing,
yeah, true,
it's not going to register, you know. But to see people do what the rowing team are doing at the moment, it just goes to show that like it's out of their sight and out of their mind too. But it's now the only thing in their sight.
Yeah.
All for a cause. But yeah.
Very true. Out of sight, out of... What you said is so on point. Like if you don't see the impacts happening, don't really care about it.
Yeah.
You're not bothered.
Unfortunately.